Hey Tagaraso, my people, welcome to it. Another episode of The Corner, episode 13, man. It ain't trying like a brush, guys. I'm trying to look somewhat presentable for y'all because, hey, I got too much hair on my face. I look like a gorilla. Gonna go and take a look internet things. Corner. I look like this. Doesn't even look good on camera. Maybe future Beons and Shebile more. And that wait to present them not to show you how entertaining. The music you eat a child and highly more riri most part of home. More riri. Maybe she was thinking of getting into my DMs and Shabagabo, hey, Maragana boy, I look like this. So I need a fresh haircut real quick, fam. Real quick. Alright, now anyway, makeup department is done and we gotta get into the show. Let's shop. Checks done real quick. Thank you. We rolling now. Love your work. You're doing fantastic work. We gotta roll now. Thank you. Today's show is gonna be absolutely smashing, man. There's been so much great music that was released in the past week. In fact, I think 2018 has just been a blessing with regard to great music. Artists are just out there doing the most, internationally, locally, mainstream and indie, man. Artists are just out there releasing some incredible stuff. And I'm just glad I get to witness it in my lifetime. And of course, when I do get to pick in the difficult process that it is to pick the great music to present to the show, it brings me absolute pleasure to bring it to you right here on The Corner. So let us get into the show. Alright, now first to light up the show is one album that I was so excited to see it drop last Friday because it's from one of my favorite artists and MCs and poets to date, man. I've been listening to her work for a little over 3 years, and every time I plug into her music, I get reminded of how incredible a wordsmith, a poet, and a social commentator she is through her music. Of course, I'm talking about the incredible Akua Naru with her brand new album called The Blackest Joy. Guys, I don't know what can I do with myself. The last time we heard a full-length album from Akua Naru was back in 2015 when she dropped The Miner's Canary with songs like Seraphine, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, and Mr. Brownskin featuring Georgia and Mildro, Jaja Mildro, man. And that album right there was an incredible project. Now, I got wind of this album when I saw her drop the visuals to the brand new single called Made It featuring Eric Benet, and I almost got a heart attack because I watched the video and it was so beautiful, man. Unapologetically black and beautiful. And the song, I'm gonna keep it right here, man. You know what I mean. When I do this right here, you know exactly what I mean. Akua Naru is one of those artists who continuously, without fail, has always celebrated black love, black consciousness, black beauty, and black excellence in one of the most beautiful ways ever, man. Through her music, through her poetry, her rhymes, and her videos, every one of her pieces are just so incredible to see. And with the brand new album, The Blackest Joy, she just continues that celebration in the most incredible way that we can always expect from her. Now, the first thing that had me absolutely captivated and made me fall in love with this album at first listen was the Sesotho poem that I heard on the first song called Black Genius, where this lady is talking about how music saved her life. That instantly connected me to this album, man, and it just brought it right back home. I think any South African that will pay attention to this album will agree with those sentiments. Just beautiful, man. That right there was the Midas touch. Akua Naru is one of the most lethal wordsmiths of our time, and on this album, her pen game is as sharp as ever. On top of that, this album is very soulful and the music is so matured, man. It will have you going through a range of emotions, from feeling very celebratory, celebrating black excellence on songs like Serena, to having you all up in your feels, celebrating black love with songs like Love Right Now. You can hear a lot of African influences very prevalent in the production of this album, and that just adds another level of beauty to it, man. Especially in songs like My Mother's Daughter and my personal favorite, Kaya. This album is another solid gem from Akua Naru, and I would recommend it to anyone who loves beautiful music, especially when you're a lover of this beautiful continent called Africa and her people, man. That is Akua Naru with a brand new album called The Blackest Joy. I'm gonna keep it right there, fam. I'm gonna keep it right there. Alright, now for the second segment, we're passing the torch right back home to one incredible musician that was behind one of 2017's biggest singles, Agana Mali, featuring Something Soweto, and has gone on to do some incredible things with Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys in the States, man. Of course, you already know who I'm talking about. Sun L musician with his brand new album called Africa to the World. Sun L, The things that were meant to be done with the pots, my guy, you already did them, eh? We don't know what they were, but you found them and you did them. And the pots that you found, no, it's a hard La Crusade, fam. Now, every now and again when we're busy sifting through the clutter that is popular culture, there's always this one musician that looks like they came out of nowhere, went completely against the grain, and releases some incredible music that has the whole country singing to their tune, man. Sun L Musician is one of those artists. We already know how big Akua Naru was in 2017 and the follow-up single to that, Bamtatile, featuring Mlindo the vocalist. Why is it Bamos? Bamtatile, ulavi wa me. Mazala ni muni, manum faz wa me. Bamtatile, ulavi wa me. Mazala ni muni, manum faz wa me. Now, after releasing those two very successful singles, Sun L went on to release a very well-balanced, well-rounded album that I'm almost afraid to call house music, man. I think that's where it's placed in the greater scheme of things, but it's so good that I feel like I don't want to put labels over it and leave it to be exactly what it is. Good music, you know what I'm saying? Now, what I love the most about Sun L's debut album, besides the music, is that he didn't go and feature the biggest names in South African music just to gain him traction. All the vocalists featured on this project are relatively unknown. I mean, Something Soweto already had a footprint in the music industry, but Akua Naru was that one single that catapulted his career into new heights, and the same can be said with Mlindo the vocalist on Bamtatile. Now, because he decided to do that, we weren't only introduced to his great music, but also a host of new vocalists whom we've never heard before. And because of this album, we can look forward to hearing great things from them in the future. There are names like Desiree Dawson, Nontu X, Lelo Kamau, DJ Charles, Simi, S-Stone, and a host of others whom we've never heard before but have gone on to deliver some incredible work on this album, on songs like With You, Life We Live, and one of my personal favorites, Umaluka Dane. Incredible work from these new artists. This album from Sun L Musician is one of those albums that every South African should be extremely proud of. It's one of those expos that will continue to solidify the status of South African music, not only in the continent but throughout the whole world. As the title says, Africa to the world, man. That is Sun L Musician with his brand new album, Africa to the World. We are coming for everything and we are ready. My man, I salute you, fam. I salute you. Alright, now closing it off is one artist who I always feel the need to tell the whole world about every time he releases new music, because I'm always in awe of how rich and wholesome his voice and songwriting abilities are, especially for his young age. Ladies and gentlemen, make a note right now, because I guarantee you this name is going to do some seriously great things in the very near future. Ndumiso Manana with his brand new single called Think About You. Get it? Got it? Good. Yes, says this kid is amazing. Yo! Now let me give you a little bit of context before I get into Ndumiso's single. Ndumiso Manana is a vocalist from one of my favorite Cape Town bred bands called Siba Kapstad, which Zoe Modiga is also a part of. I first heard his voice on this incredible song called Hello, which you can find in Siba Kapstad's debut album Tagos. And within that album, he delivers some incredible vocal work that I've never heard from any other South African artist. Around October last year, he released two amazing singles called Hey Now and Voice Message, which I reviewed in one of my earlier shows. Now, with the release of those two singles, Ndumiso showcased exactly how great he is as a singer and songwriter. And in my opinion, he writes some of the most beautiful love songs accompanied by great live instrumentation that sets him apart from his peers in a major way. Coming back to his brand new single, Think About You, he takes you back to that early 2000 neo-soul, music soul child-esque sound, but then he gives it his own flavor and completely owns this single. This is one of those singles that will have you smiling, dancing, snapping your fingers whether you're in love or not, man. It's such a feel-good song. I'm loving it so much, and I'm hoping that all these singles that Ndumiso keeps dropping are an indication that we're gonna get a full-length album in the very near future. Ndumiso Manana is one of those voices that we need to start supporting as South Africans right now. Dude already has some traction in Europe and other parts of the world, and that already shows you that we have a gem in our midst, and it's up to all of us to keep preserving it, man. That's Ndumiso Manana with his brand new single, think about you. Make a note of this guy's name because I promise you, he's gonna make some major moves in the near future. Trust. Alright, now since hello Batulahanyo The Corner episode 13 Shumele Mitwe Emiraro. Thank you so much for tuning into the show, man. I really appreciate it. If you love the video, hit it with a little thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hey man, a thumb down is also welcome. It's your opinion and I respect it just as much as you must respect mine. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button right now so we can become family, man. And if you want to say something to me, hit me up in the comment section and I will gladly get back to you. Otherwise, it's been real, it's been great, it's been absolutely fantastic, and I will see you on the next one. Piri urilecha bosecha. Ahonne.